So today on ActionCast 12, we have a story centered around what could be some of the most important live footage in history. Today is the official election that will decide our next president of the United States. The candidates running are George Wallace, Hubert Humphrey, and the one everyone seems to be voting for, Richard Nixon. All of those candidates have a promise to improve the economy and our living situation, but who will actually live up to their word? Before the time of conservatism, the nation was overrun by, and I quote, dirty hippies and immoral drug abusers. The counterculture movement, which was sometimes known as the Age of Aquarius, was marked by rock and roll music, very bright and uncommon clothing, sexual license, and illegal drugs, particularly dope and LSD. It was called the Counterculture movement because, as the title suggests, these people had no reverence for common culture and decided to live life in their own ways. The movement, art, music, fashion, but most importantly, the attitude of our nation. But all that changed when the nation realized they were losing their sense of right and wrong, and were morally unfit to live in the culture currently brought up by our proud Americans. We will have to see what our potential president thinks about that. Now,
Not much is going on except for candidates being presented in front of a crowd.
I'm voting for Richard Nixon. Nixon, woo!
No! Hubert Humphrey's the man with the flag.
No,
Hubert
vote for
Humphrey.
Nixon.
Hubert
It's our economy. He'll be fixing.
He can do
Vote
it.
for Nixon.
He does nothing on Hubert.
Boo, no. Boo, Wall Street. Vote for Nixon.
It seems as though there are a lot of hype about this year's election. From what I can see here, there are many people who have a clear mind about who they are voting for. Although it seems as though the split in the Democratic vote might hinder the progress of the two Democratic candidates, here is what today's society calls a hippie and their views on the whole election. What is your name?
The world calls me Dandelion because my hair is like a lion and I'm always so dandy.
So, Dandelion, how do you feel about this whole life-changing event going on here?
You know, sister, I have been living in peace for a very long time. It was so nice sharing all the loves with my brothers and sisters. But this election just harshed my buzz, man.
Really? And how exactly is this election, harshing your buzz?
I was living a nice, peaceful lifestyle with my sisters and brothers, just singing, dancing, doing all that other stuff, you know, like puffing all that magical air, or making love to all around us, but mostly just living life, you know. But then all those conservative hoo-haws come in here and bring all the violence and troubles back in our peaceful lives. None of us wanted to do the dishes or clean the clothes, so we all ended up mad at each other, and then violence broke out, and we spread the hate instead of spreading the love. The Age of Aquarius has died, man.
Well, I can see where this has certainly affected you. So, do you have any thoughts on this election?
Well, it looks like that Richard Nixon guy has a lot of supporters, but it also looks like the Democrats are split up between Hubert Humphrey and that George Wallace. I don't care anymore, man. Just get out of my face. The music has died.
Hey, wait! Get back here, you dirty hippie! You didn't give me a good answer! Ugh. As you can see, there is very little known about the results for these presidential candidates. Voting is heated up, and it's very hard to tell who will win the election at this point. But you all know America has a long history of split parties, damaging the status of a certain couple of candidates, but buffering the campaign of another candidate. Will history repeat itself today? We'll find out in just a
In
moment.
other news, What's America's favorite pastime? Baseball. That's right, folks. And now we have a young man setting records in American history. Will he be the only one setting records like these? Or is there an underdog somewhere waiting for his time to shine? Let's catch up with Joanna to get the scoop on Detroit Tigers pitcher Danny McClain.
So, Danny McClain, a name that will now live as a baseball legend. How does it feel to win your 30th game of the season, being the first 30th game winner in the major league since 1938? It says here that the Tigers scored 2 runs in the bottom of the ninth to come from behind in a 5-4 decision over the Oakland A's. How does it feel to have such a strong reputation?
Oh please, it's all in good fun. I've been playing baseball for as long as I can remember, and now I've been recognized for doing something that I love. Let me tell you, it's something. It really is definitely a fantastic feeling. Usually people are praised for a scientific discovery, or even a life-changing philosopher, or something like that. But the sports are important as well.
It seems like you feel very strongly for your baseball career. Is there any specific training that you do? Or do you have a huge secret that you're just dying to tell everyone?
No, there's no secret. I can't hide anything from you guys. Like I said, I've been playing baseball for as long as I can remember. It's my pride and joy. It would be an insult to think that I cheated my way here to where I'm at now.
And is there any form of inspiration that has brought you to where you are now?
Oh yeah, definitely my father. He's always played baseball with me as a kid and always encouraged me to follow my dreams. So I decided to play baseball. Let me tell you, best decision I ever made. Ever since then, my father has helped me in my dreams to pursue baseball, and I have him to thank most of all.
Oh, that's so sweet. Were you and your father close?
Oh yeah, very close.
Where's your father now?
My father? Oh, I'm sure he's at home right now relaxing with the best woman in the world. Love you, Ma.
That's great, Mr. McLean. Well, thank you so much for sharing your experience with us here at Action Cast 12. I'll let you get back to your strenuous training.
No problem. See ya.
And there you have it. Danny McLean in the first one to win 30 games in a whole season since 1938. He sure has something going for him. Back to
Thank you, Lorraine. We'll be back at Action Cast 12
So have
after
you
a
ever
short
walked down
break.
the street with a sudden urge to listen to music, but have it nowhere around you? Wish there was a certain piece of technology that can finally play music without the whole band and instruments? Then say no
hello
more.
to Radio Shack's new 8-track tape deck. This bad boy can play your 8-track tapes with no problem. It was originally $49.99, but now for the price of $19.99, you get to save $30. Now you can have your choice of music whenever you drive. Buy 2 8-track players for the price of one, or you can buy one and save the money to buy something else you'd love from Radio Shack.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Action Cast 12, where we give you the most up-to-date news going on around the world. Earlier today, we spoke to you about the presidential election this year that might change the economy for the better. Let's take a look at where we stand again and see if we have any changes in progress.
Here we are again, back at the scene of the election. I'm surprised it's lasting so long. At this rate, it seems as though we won't have solid results until tomorrow morning. The results of the election still seem to be tied. I'll get back to you when we have more information.
I'm still voting for Nixon.
Hubert Humphrey all the way!
George Wallace.
Boo you.
Boo you! Get out of here! Why are you still here? Everybody
Nixon.
knows Hubert Humphrey's gonna win!
Our economy he'll be fixing.
In other news, on November 1st, Operation Rolling Thunder in Vietnam comes to an end after 3 very long years. In total, the campaign has cost more than 900 aircraft, 818 pilots are dead or missing, and hundreds more are being held in captivity. Nearly 120 Vietnamese planes have been destroyed in air combat or accidents, or by friendly fire. According to U.S. estimates, 182,000 North Vietnamese civilians have been killed. 20,000 Chinese support personnel have also been casualties of the bombing. Here are some images from the operation which resulted in such a disaster.
Imagine there's no countries. It isn't hard to do. Nothing to kill or die for.
that the U.S. involvement with affairs tied to Vietnam are coming to an end. For too long, the U.S. has struggled with this situation, and we've been trying endlessly to get out of it. Now that it seems we're edging to the finish line, Americans all over will be celebrating in many ways to symbolize the end of our troubles. Be safe, America, and let's not forget the soldiers who fought so hard to make this possible. We owe you more than you know. Once again, we'll be back after this quick break.
Are you guys ready to rock? Yeah! Then mark your calendars for the Woodstock Festival being held at Max Yeager's Dairy Farm in the town of Bethel outside of White Lake, New York, on August 15th through August 18th, 1969! This festival, as you all know, is the center of counterculture. It's not dead yet, folks. Tell me you're ready for some sex, drugs, and rock and roll! Come see the Aquarium Exposition, 3 days of peace and music. Organized by John Roberts, Joel Rosenman, Artie Cornfield, and Mike Lay. Tickets are $7 a day, $13 for 2 days and $18 for 3 days, and can be bought in select stores via mail order. Get ready for some food, fun, and music!
Standings show that the American Independent Party, represented by George Wallace, only received 46 electoral votes and 9,906,473 of popular votes. Hubert Humphrey, representing the Democratic Party, received 191 electoral votes and 30,898,055 of popular votes. And Richard Nixon, representing the Republican Party, received 301 electoral votes and 31,710,470 votes. I think we all know who our future president is, and I'm sure Nixon will keep to his word. Thank you, America, and good night.